This episode is brought to you by AFS Automated Financial Services, your partner for fast, reliable, and affordable payment processing. Whether you're taking payments at the counter, on the go, online, or through a full POS system, AFS makes it easy to get paid anywhere, anytime. They handle credit, debit, EBT, gift, and loyalty cards across every industry and touchless options available for all in-person transactions. Entrepreneurs and ISOs can even earn monthly residuals through AFS partnership opportunities. The tools are yours. The income is yours. You'll get approvals in under an hour. 24-hour equipment deployment or reprogramming. Low, simple rates, matched or beaten, or they pay you, and 24/7 live customer service. You get the technology, rates, and support your business deserves. For a free cost analysis or rate quote, call 1-877-738-5010 or visit automatedfinancialservice.com. AFS, smart technology, real service, better business. Dirty Thursday brought to you by River City Speedway is back. Myself, John Roberts, Stephen Lewis, and Dale the producer, we're talking Baja, as in Thief River Falls, Baja. Hogan, Lundeen, and Jeremy Wiskow in the studio today. Today's show brought to you by JD Construction. When you finally come to the conclusion that you just can't get your heavy construction done on your own, call JD Construction to get the job done right. JD Construction has the right equipment for the right job, big or small. Excavating, demolition, spring cleanup. Farmers, get all your ditch work or tree lines cleaned up before planting season. JD Construction also does concrete work and concrete removal. From small excavating jobs to big jobs needing a laser system or a dozer or a payloader with a grapple. And they have the trucks to haul material to or from the job site. JD Construction can do the job the right way. Contact them today by calling 701-740-4220. There's still some spring openings left or schedule work for fall too. JD Construction, getting the job done the right way. Call 701-740-4220. All right, if you have any questions or comments for anybody in the studio today, you know our number, 701-213-0863, 701-213-0863. Corey Litton's already watching. Nick Curtis is watching. Corey, it looked like you guys had a lot of fun last night. See, they changed in hands at the bar and was up there doing all his stuff, but I hope you had fun. Anyway, 701-213-0863, again, our number. Let's do it. Let's get it out of the way. It's our daily segment called Jokes My Neighbor Tells Me. Here we go, Jokes My Neighbor Tells Me. A friend and I, we stopped by Hooters. You know, we had to get some wings and beer. And we're sitting there, and he asked me, he goes, which waitress would you like to be stuck with in an elevator? And I said, well, probably the one that can fix elevators. I'm old, I'm tired, and I pee a lot. Anyway. Well, it's all true. All true. Let's see here. Forks Karting Association. Dale, not a lot to talk about. Dale, the producer. You guys didn't even run last night.
No, I haven't. No, I've been with FKA this is my fourth season there. And this is we've had plenty of rainouts, especially this year and over the years as well. But this is the first time we've ever had a cancellation because of extreme heat, extreme humidity. And I think with the heat index yesterday, I want to say it was well over 100. So good to err on the side of caution. We've still got a few weeks left in the season, though. So I think 2 more regular Wednesdays, I believe maybe 3 check it out Wednesday nights here for the next 2 or 3 weeks here from 7 to 10. Forks Karting Speedway, located adjacent from River City Speedway. Find all our latest updates on forkskartingassociation.com or the Forks Karting Facebook page. And then the big season finale is coming up here too, the last Saturday of August. So that's going to be our big old doubleheader. I'm sure we'll be talking about that more in the coming weeks.
All right, thank you very much, Dale. And I tell you what, it was probably a good call to call the races last night. I almost wanted to call fishing last night. When it's too hot to fish, there's something wrong. But I mean, Jason Berg, you know, a friend of ours, Buffalo River, he got it. You know, I think he got a little heat stroke here a couple of weeks ago and spent some time in the hospital. I've had it. You do not want to get heat stroke because it messes with you for a long time. Dirty Thursday track schedule time brought to you by Forks Karting Association. Watch the karts race Wednesday nights at Forks Karting Speedway. They're at the Grand Forks Fairgrounds, like Dale said. Find out more by going to forkskartingassociation.com. Right off the bat, let's start tonight. Norman County Raceway in Ada. Nightly classes plus the Wissota A-Mods are going to be there. The Sanders Stock Car Challenge is going on.
Pork chops afterward, the yearly thing.
If
we get it in.
Yep.
Hopefully,
Oh,
fingers crossed. So
yeah, we do have a chance of some
we
rain.
do have a chance.
And I never want to see a race get rained out, but gosh, do we need some rain.
It's
It is
looking pretty bad around
brutal
here.
out there. So anyway, check out the Sanders Stock Car Challenge tonight at Norman County Raceway in Ada, Minnesota. Tomorrow night here at the world-famous legendary Bull Ring, River City Speedway. NOSA Sprint Cars, the late models, the Midwest mods, the street stocks, and the A-mods are making another stop back at the Bull Ring. I cannot wait. Weekly racing going on tomorrow night at Fix It Forward Speedway. So that means the IMCA Sprints, the stock cars, the mods, the sport mods, the hobby stocks, and the NX Legends, all at Fix It Forward Speedway. Get to hear the voice, the one and only Corey Litton over there. Go check that out. Devil's Lake going on the 1st. Geez, it's already August this weekend. That sucks. Western Renegade non-wing sprints with sort of Midwest mods, street stocks, and the DLS Pure stocks are all at Devil's Lake this Saturday.
Sorry to jump in here. They also got the rescheduled street stock special, $1,000 to win by Bolus Construction at DLS this Saturday as well. So.
All right. I did not know that. Thank you. What do we got here? Okay, Greenbush, Piers, the streets, the Midwest mods, the Lightning sprints, and the NOSA sprint cars are in Greenbush.
We're burying the lead, yes.
Oh, okay, so you got to be stoked for that.
NOSA Saturday in Greenbush. Yes.
How do you like them running up there? Because I love that track.
It kind of shows you, for someone like me that's been going up there for so long, but now that I'm there all the time, you kind of lose track how much it's changed over the years.
Yep.
Until you see the sprints there again, then it becomes kind of super obvious how different it is. And with last year's feature, we ran straight through green to checkered in 5 minutes and 20 seconds. So I know Alan's done a lot of work up there with Kyle and Ronnie and stuff. So
Sure.
I'm really excited to see what we do this year after last year's return went so well. And yeah, so it's been
All right.
definitely one I've had circled on the calendar since the spring. So
It'll be fun. Buffalo River's off this weekend. They were going to have I believe they got a test and tune coming up Wednesday. Yeah, they were going to have one yesterday, but it's just too hot and all that kind of stuff. So there you go. That is your Dirty Thursday track schedule, brought to you by Forks Karting Association. Heather, Maury, Steven, I get to see you 3 nights. Are you ready? Heather, good morning. Good morning, everyone. See you next Friday. Have a great show of beers. That's Daryl Works up in Canada. Corey, I did lots of fun. I saw the Facebook post. It looks like you were having fun. DJ McGregor, good morning, all. I want to mention this, too, coming up, Truck and Tractor Pull. It's a 2-day show, first ever, in Mountain, North Dakota. Saturday and Sunday. Tractors, trucks, gas and diesel, antique tractors. A lot of cool stuff. 1-day pass, $25. 2-day pass, $40. I don't have any more info on it. Let me see here. Yeah, so if you get a chance, Mountain, North Dakota, the place to be this weekend for tractor and truck pulling. All right, let's get to business here, down to business. Had a lot of things happen in the last couple of weeks. A lot of things. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but I will say this, considering when people talk about people and they have no clue what they're talking about, and their Facebook, think they're just tough as crap on Facebook. So I was called out. Guy called me a drunk because I stop at the Broken Drum every Friday on my way to the racetrack. Now, they said something like I'd sat there for 4 or 5 beers or whatever on Friday. Go ask anybody that worked there. I had one. The reason I stop at the Broken Drum every Friday on my way to the racetrack is to pick up Mark Kalk. Now, everybody in Grand Forks knows who Mark Kalk is. And I tell you this right now, TA, if you don't know who Mark Kalk is, I'm going to show you who he is. But the Broken Drum, we've filmed Dirty Thursday there before. We have done all kinds of things with them. They sponsor my fishing team. If I can't stop in there on my way to the racetrack, and what are you doing? You following me? You said you haven't been to the track in so long. And here's what happened now. You're just trying to finish a fight that your old man lost 2 years ago. So here's my advice to you, TA. I'm not going to mention any names. Shut up and go lay by your dish. Is that good enough? What do you think? All right, I'm done. Not going to talk about it anymore. All right, we're going to welcome our guests here, and I'm dragging these guys into all the shit, but there we go. First off, to my left, we got Hogan Lundeen back in the studio.
How we doing today?
How you doing, man?
Better than I deserve.
Better than you deserve. You took the whole week off.
I took the whole week off work to get ready for the Baja.
Now, how long does it take you to get that track ready?
I got it ready in 2 days this year. Usually it's 3.
Okay, so then 2 days to get ready and then 3 days to think about it, and there's your week.
Yep, get ready. Think of things you didn't think about in the first couple days. Hang banners up, get that kind of stuff done.
I have not been to the fairgrounds in Thief River in a long time, but they got the new grandstands there. Well, they're old now, but I mean, I haven't been there since they put those up. Well, I haven't lived in Thief now for 30 years, but how is that for a track? That looks like it's got to be a pretty decent spot for a track. And is it like bigger than River City's, or how could you compare it to that?
I don't actually know how you can compare it to any track because there's fences on every side you got to be cautious of.
Okay.
So I got to kind of shrink it in a little bit to stay away from that kind of stuff. But I imagine it's similarly sized as what you had out here for Grand Forks in total length, but that's not the same design.
Right. Now, you guys just keep spreading out more and more. It's like this is just the thing now, the Baja racing. How are they in Thief River? Do they treat you guys pretty good? I mean, do they welcome this? Because Thief River usually backs up what's going on around there.
The Fair Board did a really good job. This is my 3rd year doing it now. They've done a good job, welcoming us in, and every year they've said it's gone better than the year
Why don't
before,
they do this during the fair?
We got the PBR bull riding during
sure,
the fair,
sure. Yep.
That's a pretty big
And I
deal.
know how bull riding is in Thief River. That probably even trumps Baja racing, which, I don't know, that's all right. I mean, I like watching bull
I'd
riding
rather
too.
do it at a separate time.
Sure,
Because it gives
okay.
you enough time to set it up.
Oh, yeah, everything's quick, rush. I mean, we saw what you guys do in Grand Forks when the Baja comes here during the fair, and you got like basically a few hours to get crap ready. How long have you been doing this stuff now?
This is my 7th year.
Now, how long have you been running races?
This 3rd year for Thief River, 2nd year for St. Hilaire.
Okay, so you're just kind of jumping into that part now.
Yep, running into the promoting side.
So
enjoying.
How much has it changed in 7 years from when you first started till now?
Well, when I first started, there was a lot more. There's still some bush races out, but it was a lot more laxed on rules and stuff. And it's gotten some people have gotten hurt. It's gotten a little bit more roll cages, door bars, window nets, windows in front or bars in front of the window, front window there. So it's gotten a lot more safety driven, which that's as it should be. Because someone gets hurt, it basically ends this racing for us.
Right. And what kind of injuries are we talking about that when they got hurt?
DJ's dad, Don, got hit in the driver's door and he messed up a few ribs.
Okay, yeah.
Pretty sore,
Ribs suck. Yeah, I've broken them all. I know.
So we're just trying to prevent that kind of stuff.
Now, are the cars safer than they were 7 years ago?
I would say
just because of rule changes being implemented. I mean, they're not making the cars any better than what you guys are using.
It's never 100% if you're not going to get hurt, but we're doing everything we can do to make sure
you can get hurt walking to the damn car.
Right.
I mean, believe me, it's happened to me. I know. Okay, we're gonna keep moving on here. First timer on the show, and I had to ask him. I'm like, "How old are you? How old do you think this kid looks?"
I'm not sure. Probably somewhere around 20, I think.
Okay,
right?
Jeremy Wiskow, how old are you?
I am 27.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, there you go.
I was gonna ask him. Hey, you want a bush latte? And then I'm like, wait a minute, how old are you? And he said that, and I'm like, wow. How did you get into this? Apparently your dad did this, but how did you get into the Baja thing?
So Hogan and I actually went to a Baja race quite a few years ago at the Fertile Baja race. And then before you know it, the next year he started doing it, and I wanted to be part of his pit crew. And I was like, I guess I wanted to get into it. So year after that, so I've been doing it for 6 years, just 1 year less than he has.
Wow. Did you guys grow up together or what?
Yeah, we actually grew up in high school together.
Okay. Now, what do you drive?
So I actually have, I just recently got a third truck.
You're one of those guys. Yeah.
So yeah, I got, so I've actually been racing this Chevy Silverado for the last 4 years in the Outlaw class.
Yep.
And then I've also I actually just retired my old Buick Century. It's a 2000 Buick Century. And I've went up to a 2005 now. So I raced the 6 cylinders as well. And then I just got it would have been my grandpa's old pickup. It's a 2004 F-150. And so it's got a little bit of sentimental to it.
Sure.
And it's going to be in the rear wheel drive. So I'll be in the Outlaw and the rear wheel drive this weekend.
How big is your frickin' trailer?
I only just have a 20-foot trailer, so it would just be, two trips.
Okay, yeah, I was thinking it would be one of them double deckers like you see when they're hauling new cars down the highway, and it's like, oh boy, here comes Wiskow, he's back.
He only lives 15 minutes from the Thief River track, so he'll.
That helps. That helps. Which you're out of town a little ways, and I take it or not?
Yeah, so I live out by Goodridge, so.
Oh, you're east. Okay, off of 1 there or somewhere out in that direction.
Yep.
All right. DJ McGregor says cleaning up the driving racing has helped with the safety a lot. At first, when this first came out, because, and I've heard people say this, I went to my first Baja race, and these are people that might not be big race fans, and it's like, well, what'd you think? Well, it kind of reminded me of a demo. Well, maybe it did then, but I don't think it does now. I just think when they see the cars, maybe, but how has the driving cleaned up over the years?
So, in my experience, people that have raced multiple years, they just get to be better drivers. They know how to handle their car.
Sure.
They've run it multiple years.
Yep.
I'm usually a guy that tends to stay away from county fairs.
Okay.
Because a lot of times it's rookie drivers that maybe only race
Yep.
that race.
Yep.
So I tend to not try to go to county fairs for that reason. That
Sure.
I like to race my car over and over.
Yeah,
and over
well,
again.
yeah, it's not a demo derby.
Yeah, like they say, rubbing is racing. So to a point,
And there is rubbing in Baja racing.
Yep. Yeah, it's not like it's super clean all the time.
No,
But
and
you
I mean,
just do what you can.
yeah, I mean, you've also got things can happen in the car. Track conditions are always different too, so you just never know. Now the Baja is Saturday at the fairgrounds. Pits open at 11. You're gonna have concessions, beer gardens, any of that kind of fun stuff.
Pits will be open at 9 a.m.
Or 9
I'll
a.m..
be there all day. I got Broadway Station. They're going to be behind the grandstand there for food. Sounds like you'll have like Sloppy Joe's, taco in a bag, and the fixins.
Stuff's always good from Broadway Station.
And then
Chance does a great job.
I got an ice cream truck coming in.
Oh boy.
Snowy here of Grand Forks. They're going to come down and have ice cream and shaved ice. And then the fair board will have all your adult beverages for you.
Adult beverages.
Yep.
That's what we like to hear. Racing starts at 3.
3 o'clock.
Cost is $15 for adult. Driver's pit pass, $15.
20.
Kids 10 and under are free.
Free.
Where am I getting this information? That's
11,
not right.
11 to 15-year-old for the grandstand is $5.
Okay, piece of cake
And
there.
for the most part, why I do that is I don't want to deter big families from coming because this is a family event.
Absolutely it is. And whenever you can go to a racetrack and get in and out of there in 3 hours. Now, 3 hours, are you being generous with that time? Because you guys usually put on a really tight show.
3 hours is like an ideal show where people watching feels like they got their money's worth.
Aren't getting bored.
And the drivers feel like we got a good show in.
You sold a little beer, sold some ice cream, and
Right.
all of that fun stuff. Now, for how long you've been doing this, have you ever wrecked really bad or got injured or destroyed a car?
When I had my Suburban, I don't suppose 4 or 5 years ago, I think I rolled it just about every race. I started to get known for trying to keep my wheels down. But I haven't really gotten hurt in any race, but I've definitely rolled quite a few times.
I'm looking at your shirt. That is badass. Is that like one of a kind thing or what?
So we got this probably 3-4 years ago from Kicking Up Country's Baja.
Oh, sure.
Carlstad. So I decided to wear it for the day. So
Yeah.
it's repping Baja.
Black long sleeves. That's what I'd be wearing on a day like this. Are you freaking kidding me? No way I wouldn't be. How is that crowd up there for the Kicking Up Country? Is that usually a pretty good crowd or?
It depends on the weather, but yeah, you get an okay crowd out there. It's not like you would get at a fair or anything like that.
Sure,
but,
sure.
But you get a pretty decent crowd.
Yep.
You hear some cheers.
And it's something different. I
Yep.
mean, for you guys. Now, I'm going to ask you the same thing, Jeremy. Been in any bad wrecks, wrecked any cars, or wrecked yourself at all?
I've been in one bad wreck. It happened like 5 years ago in St. Hilaire. So the track was really, really dusty. It was a really bad drought that year, so they couldn't really get any water. So unfortunately, me and the leader were battling it out in the for first in our heat, and overcorrected, and so I tried to get back into the race, and I was driver's door side in the middle of the track, and then somebody from all the way in the back, they were going pretty fast and, you know, kicking up the dust, and yeah, I got hitting the driver's door pretty bad. It actually put my driver's seat right in front of the radio.
Oh, yeah. That's what, last time I raced a car, long time ago, but I wanted to keep going, and I was going to run a super stock, but the last racing I did was Buffalo River used to have an Enduro series. So I had a 76 Charger SE, built that thing up. I'd raced it 2 or 3, 4 times, whatever it was, and I had a dream the night before the last race, and I had a dream that I got in a wreck. So that morning, we welded another couple bars all the way across the car behind my seat, and I ended up with a 5-point harness that was homemade, just basically seat belts clipped all around me, you know. And wouldn't you know it, we were about 60 laps in, the track had dried out, and we were starting to really get some speed. And I got hooked up with a guy, and we're going down the front straightaway at Buffalo River, and there's a stalled car up there because in these Enduros, they'll leave stalled cars up there until they got to red flag it and get them out of there. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm stuck with this guy. We were stuck somehow together. I'm going to shake him off. I'm going to run him right into this parked car. Well, it didn't work. He did some kind of a move, and all of a sudden, bloop, I'm sideways stalled at the end of the front straightaway, looking at the car coming right at me. And he hit me passenger side so hard, and even with the 3 roll bars I got from side to side, pushed the passenger side all the way to my shifter. And I mean, the car was like this, and it was junk, but I hurt for a month after that. I mean, every freaking bone in my body, I think, hurt. What does 100% payback for drivers mean?
So every driver putting $20 into the fund, let's just say there's 20 drivers, that's
Okay.
$400. 100% of that is going back to first, second, third.
Okay, and you're going to be handing out some hardware too?
Yep, there'll be trophies for second and third every class. And then speaking of the classes, there's 5 of them. The youth class, which is 11 to 15-year-olds, and that's really taken off and really been a big thing.
I bet.
We got the 4-cylinder front wheel drive, the 6 at 8 front wheels, rear wheel drive, so any car, pickup, anything rear wheel drive races in that class, and then the Outlaw 4x4 class will round it out.
What's your favorite one?
I race the 4x4s.
Yeah. They're good to watch. Oh, by the way, I was going to say that when you talk about the youth class, Blaine Barnes has actually got a birthday today. I think he turns, 14, I think, today?
Yeah, it sounds right. Big ol' happy birthday to him. I know, yeah, he had a chance to talk to him last weekend. He's super stoked.
All right, we're gonna do this quick.
It's my birthday.
Happy birthday, Blaine Barnes. Terry Blackland says, guys, we're in today to order giant checks for the winners at the Kynes Family Farms race coming up in September. Wow, some Bajas pay well, really well. I'm going to start calling Terry the weatherman because he was keeping me updated on the weather in Thief River on Friday night. I'm getting texts from him and people from Roseville, Warren, and Thief River Falls. And we're looking at this stuff going by us, and it's like, you know, we need rain, but I don't want it to rain until about 11:30, but that's the way it works.
We're the only ones that didn't get any.
I know, and it's so bad around here. We got a bunch of pictures we're going to look at. What I think we're going to do now, we're going to take a short little break, but we are talking Baja. And I said Thief River Falls, but we're going to call it the TRF Baja. You know, that's where I'm from. That's where these guys live. You know what TRF is. Hogan, Lundeen, Jeremy Wiskow here, along with myself and Stephen Lewis and Dale, the producer. We'll be right back after this. Life doesn't ever seem to slow down. Everything needs to be done right now. Well, when it comes time for an oil change, stop into Valvoline Instant Oil Change. You know, most changes are done in about 15 minutes. Valvoline Instant Oil Change does more, too. Tranny and coolant flushes, tire rotations, and batteries. And included in your oil change, they're going to top off your fluids. Check your tires, battery, lights, wipers, and cabin air filter, too. And you get discounts for fleets and the military. You know, they can text and email invoices and coupons and mention Grand Forks Best Source and get $10 off your oil change. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. They're open Monday through Saturday with no appointment needed. Pickup and delivery is also available if you live in Grand Forks. And Valvoline Instant Oil Change is now hiring. If you'd like to join their team as an assistant manager, customer service rep, or lube tech, stop in to find out more. Valvoline Instant Oil Change for a complete oil change and more. They're at 3325 South 38th Street or call them 701-780-8462. And make sure you tell them Grand Forks Best Source sent you. The Red Clay Strays Grateful Tour is coming to the Alaris Center on August 18th. Get your tickets now at the Alaris box office or online at Ticketmaster.com. We are back. Dirty Thursday brought to you by River City Speedway, talking about the TRF Baja, Thief River Falls Baja, coming up this Saturday. Joshua Johnson, I don't know, is he just trying to make us jealous? Or what? Good morning from the USA Nationals at Cedar Lake Speedway. Good for you. I saw on Facebook that you're on your way out there. Man, I hope the weather holds for you, Joshua, and I think you're going to have a great show. I know that Hogan sent us some pictures. Dale, the producer, I know, has been working his butt off to make these things right. Let's see what we got. You guys just take a look and go ahead and tell us what these pics are all about.
All right, so this one was my six-cylinder Buick Century last year in Grigla. I was following behind Dylan Horn's dad here. And this was in the feature.
So where is the track in Grigla? I'm familiar with Grigla because when you look at that background, it's like, where's this at somebody's hunting cabin or what? You know?
So it's actually, you go past the trailer courts.
Yep.
And it's actually out by like the airstrip that they have there.
Okay. I don't know. I didn't even know the Grigla. You know, a funny story. I met my wife in Grigla. How about that? Damn near 40 years ago, 35 plus years ago. All right. Another great pick.
Yeah, that was this past weekend in Warren. Me and Carson Daly took first and second there, so we got a pick there.
Man, those are some nice freaking trophies too. They're huge.
Warren puts out like a 4-foot trophy for first place. So
wow.
It's pretty neat.
There you go. Yeah, that's a nice chunk of hardware. You know, it's something in your garage or your race shop when you got to start putting shelves up for all the hardware.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I grabbed a few pics of the finish line there with the 3 trucks there.
Man, that's nice.
That one and then the next picture is probably the 3 trucks.
And you just knock the headlights out of them then? Just
basically pull any plastic that needs to be off.
Okay.
Of it, anything that can fall
plastic,
off the track.
glass, stuff like that.
Yep.
And you can see these cars still run well even when they have a little cosmetic damage to them.
Oh, that's minor details.
Yeah, right. I mean, would you hit a deer on the way there?
Yeah,
that's kind of, or up there, you could have hit a deer on the dang track.
You can see mine. It still has the license plate on it.
Yeah, barely. There it is.
Do you have updated tags on it too, or
It said 2021 on it.
Oh, well.
Okay.
nothing a Sharpie won't fix?
Yep. Or a little spray paint.
There you go.
Yeah, so that's what Warren was dealing with there on Saturday morning.
Oh, isn't that nuts?
That's what the track looked like.
And you were supposed to race at what time on Saturday?
I didn't personally race Saturday. I was
Okay.
there, but the races were supposed to start at 6 o'clock. I don't think we started getting going until a little after 7.
Okay, so still not bad, but you probably done by 10.
They shortened up how many laps they ran.
Okay.
But we still banged it out, and they got all the
Oh,
racing
nice.
done that night. So.
That had to have been, how many pumps were there?
Well, I didn't get there till probably
Okay.
4:30, and they
Okay.
were just out there with a dozer pushing any slop they could off.
Wow. That is nuts to get a track that good that quick.
Yeah, that was last year with me and Jeremy, actually.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of color in that picture.
Yep.
Yeah. So I took first place in 6 cylinders that day up at Kicking Up Country, and then Hogan was right behind me in second.
And then I took third with the pickup there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so like every time we're on here, we always talk about being a Baja family and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And this is kind of what we're talking about. Like we literally help everybody. Everybody is friends. It's literally a family.
So nobody dukes it out at the end of the night. Nobody calls each other's names.
There might be some disagreements, stuff like that.
Sure.
But it's over.
Yeah, talk a
really
little bit about it
fast.
first. Yeah.
Yeah, it's over really fast.
That was that's our pit area.
Yep, that's
Yep.
Grand Forks
Yep.
last year.
How the hell did you figure that out? That was
The mill was in that.
Oh, I didn't see the mill in the background.
So these are my 3 rigs that I've got. So you can see the Chevy Silverado on the left side, the Buick Century in the middle, and then the my grandpa's old truck, the 2000 Ford F-150 on the right side.
I look at that, I think, Christmas card picture. That's awesome. Is that out at your house?
Yes, it is.
So you got yourself a shop there too.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
And then that's another picture of it. Just solo picture of it.
And that was your grandfather's truck.
Yeah. So the story behind it is that so it was my grandpa's old truck, and then my cousin bought it for his first truck when he was 16, and then he ended up selling it to me now, so then that way I could get it ready for racing. So.
It's going to make its debut in Thief River.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, you haven't ran that yet?
Nope.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
That's why there's no bumps and
I
dings.
was about to
in it yet.
say, it looks like it's
Yeah, pretty clean. And that four-wheel drive?
So it can be run in 4-wheel drive, but since I already have a 4-wheel drive,
Okay, you're going to run it.
I haven't ran in the rear-wheel drive yet. So
How hard is it to run a pickup in with just rear-wheel drive?
Hogan would be the only one to stop.
Yeah,
us.
The reason I'm asking is because I used to have a Dodge Dakota with a 318 in it, and there's plenty of motor for a little truck like that, but it was a 4-speed. And Jesus, in the winter, you couldn't go anywhere. You couldn't stop. You couldn't go. The rear ends are so light on those things. So what is it like on a dirt track?
So you definitely the rear end comes around a lot faster than you anticipate.
Oh, I bet it does.
Especially if the track is a little greasy.
Yep.
So you got to be ready for that. But really, it's once you get used to it, it isn't too bad.
And can you add weight to the rear of the truck or anything like that, or not?
Some people add like a railroad tie or something like that.
Sure, okay, just to give it a little bit.
Give it a little weight.
Okay.
As long as it's strapped down really good, most places aren't going to give you trouble with it.
Okay, because you can actually say it's more of a bumper than anything, I
Right,
guess, if you
yeah,
wanted to. All right.
Yeah, you don't want it falling out.
Yeah, so you don't want to throw sandbags back there like you
No.
see people do
No.
in the winter. That could be kind of fun.
I've experienced with that with my old Ford Ranger from way back in the day. Those sandbags don't help much.
No, they don't. Tyler Miller says, Hogan, how's it going?
How's it going, buddy?
Oh, there we go. Action photo. This is what I want to see.
Yeah, so this is up and kicking up in Carlstead this year. This was in the Outlaw. So the story behind this is that you're already laughing. So in the heat, I noticed my ABS light came on. So actually, the rear brake line had rusted off in the middle of the race. So I was dealing with that, and then come to the feature, they were dealing with a rollover, and me and Hogan, and then I think it was Carson Daly, that we were all sitting there waiting for them to roll them over, and all of a sudden, bang! I could hear something, and then all I hear is Hogan laughing, and I'm like, I just really popped a tire, didn't I? Sitting
Just
still.
boom.
Really?
Yep. So my back left tire actually popped. And as you can see in the front, I don't know if it's pretty hard to see, but it was kind of a little bit of a pinball too, where it pushed in the radiator a little bit too. So it had kinked the transmission cooler lines too. So, but I still ended up taking first out of that race. So it was a pretty hard fought race. So
Now, were you guys both mechanically inclined? Did you grow up working on cars, and do you do all the work yourselves?
I know enough to get me by. I've done some things I probably, shouldn't have attempted to begin with.
Sure,
but
sure.
Actually, that race, I finished the race with a broken frame. I
Wow.
was right behind these guys. I got third place.
So-
I got omitted from that picture, but
Can you weld that up? Because the
I-
way they make cars now, it's not that easy.
well,
but
the frame was so far gone in the box area there.
Yeah, yeah.
I just pulled all the internals out and I slapped it in a new pickup.
Okay.
And that was that pickup, that black pickup.
oh,
you seen up
okay.
there,
So yeah, you know a little bit about. I just took it all out and put it in a
I
different
watched
truck.
a lot of YouTube videos to do it.
Oh,
so.
I bet, and that's the nice thing about
Yeah.
YouTube. How about you? Have you always been working on cars or around growing up
Yeah, I
with
was
wrench in your hand or not?
I was a little bit, backyard wrenching with Dad out in the shop, but that's about as much. I mean, aside from watching some YouTube videos on how
Sure.
to fix some certain things. So
Wow. Andrew says, "Give her hell, boys."
He's going to be the head flagger this year.
Oh,
for
okay.
Thief River.
Okay. All right. Huh?
That's all the photos.
That's all. All right. I'm going to do this. There's some great pictures in there.
Yeah, I actually bought a drone here for this race. We're going to hopefully get
Oh,
some more
really?
action shots.
Oh, the drone shots are the best.
Yeah.
I absolutely love the drone shots. Now, we have talked about this before, too, because back in the day when demolition derbies were so popular, back in the Pennington County Fair days, And I say this all the time. Back in the early 80s, mid 80s, if you won the Demo Derby at the Pennington County Fair, it was like winning the Indianapolis 500. I mean, it was that big. But then now all of the steel prices, when they went up, you could not find these pasture cars, these barnyard cars, these cars sitting in the windrows anymore. How hard is it to find a car? Because are you now basically on buy and sell, looking for somebody that would, a car that this would be a great first used car for your kid or whatever. How has it changed when it comes to trying to find something? I mean, I get it with you, Jeremy. You got lucky there with a family-owned vehicle, but how hard is it, and I'm going to ask both of you guys that, to find a new car to go? And are there certain brands, makes, types that you want? Sedans, coupes, whatever.
I personally like Chevys.
Yep.
If you ask Mikey Green, he would say he likes his shit box, the brick with the stick, we call it.
Ford?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. No. Gee, I don't know how that just came to my mind. I don't know.
But personally, I like Chevys, and I've raced pickups a lot more. But like for cars, people like the Pontiacs, Impalas, that kind of stuff.
Sure.
Still GM cars.
Yep.
But Chevy's typically where I like it. But mostly for trying to find cars, I've gotten lucky a lot of the time.
Yep. And that's how it usually is.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of times they fall right into my lap.
Yeah, you just stumble upon something like that. That's my my first demo car I bought at the bar at the Rusty Nail for $23.
Yep.
And drove it home. How about you? Hard to find cars, or is there a certain vehicle you look for?
So I've been pretty lucky with, family and friends. Let's see, my first car was a Dodge Stratus. I actually bought that from a friend for $500. It was their grandparents. And so that was my first ever one, and it only lasted a couple races. And then I actually bought a Chevy Cavalier from it would have been Michonne Homey, I'm going to say.
Oh, yeah, I knew her.
Yep. So she had a car for sale, and she said, I've got one ready, or you can use it for Baja. And I was like, okay. So it started at like 150, and then she was like, I'll tell you what, $75. I was like, okay, sounds good. So I bought it for $75.
Nice.
I won the first race that I raced. We went down to Howie's Mud Bog down there, and it was actually no mud bog. It was actually like just a bunch of red dirt, sand, and it was.
Where the hell was that at?
By Finlayson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yep. So it won the race, but I ended up having to ditch it after the second race because I blew it up in Carlston.
Oh, wow. So you're bringing back names. I used to kind of hang out with some of those people back there, but if you ever see her, tell her I said hi. I don't know if she knows who John Roberts is, but I think she'll figure it out because that wasn't my name always. Danielle says, Carlston was by far my favorite to watch, and I've been in this just over a year. The best was when Hogan came off the track and realized just how bad the frame was. So
every lap, it just seemed like it was like floating over the turn. Like I knew something felt different, but I didn't know it was that
the
bad.
doors are just holding the whole body together, the whole thing. So did you get it on a trailer?
I drove it on the trailer, off the trailer, and into the garage where I pulled the motor.
And now where's the rest of the car sitting?
It's sitting in front of the garage. I'm going to pull the rest of the front end parts, and then it's going to the scrapyard.
All right. That is cool.
It's been a lot of parts donated out of it.
Yeah. And is that what you do? You try to you rob every part you can. Do you hold on to them?
You got to hold on to them like gold because it's basically a free part.
Sure, and not just for you, but when you talk about family, these guys, because I'm sure you all help each other out. It's like, can't believe I broke that. I don't have. Oh, let me go look. I might have one.
11 o'clock last night, Junior Peralta came over and grabbed a transfer case from me.
Jeepers, you were still up at 11. Oh, yeah, you guys are young. Do you, and I know I've asked this question before, but is anybody with your group carry a welder with them? Does that ever happen in the pits or anything like that they can fix something up quick? Or usually if it needs a welder, you might as well just wait till the next race?
You'll find the occasional person that carries the welder with them, but most of the time, if it's real bad, it's fix it before the next race thing.
And you guys were fortunate when you were in Grand Forks here to make it a 2-day show, and I don't know how many of those you guys do, but that's got to be kind of fun when you can do that and just kind of hang and not have to worry about loading everything up. This should come as a series race. I don't know. Do you guys? I suppose you have a series.
Well,
or you just schedule when you can and go race when you can.
Its own thing. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Are there certain rules that people need to know about? Maybe you haven't been to a Baja race before, and you know, like you said, Rubbins racing, you do bang up against each other a few times. I've seen a few go over, you know, and, you know, roll, whatever. But are there rules or I mean, I know there's rules, but are there the unwritten rules that the guys keep between themselves? You know what I mean?
Well, like, I guess one that I think of off the top of my head is like, you've heard of a pit maneuver. Usually, kind of an unwritten rule is if you get into someone like that, you back out.
You should.
To let it.
And not turn into them.
Right. Yeah, because if you're doing that, you're you know, being a little aggressive for most people's liking.
Sure.
It's kind of not. It's kind of to the flagman's discretion how aggressive you were, but in most cases, like if I get into someone like that, I'll back off.
You should. It's very easy to spin them around. And, you know, that's been the classic NASCAR move forever. Well, dirt track move too. But you have jumped in a bunch of cars. Would you ever jump in a Baja car?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
You know, watching that, I hadn't been to one yet until the Sunday of the fair here. So, and I think a lot of folks that see maybe the pictures of your cars here today maybe just assume that you rough each other up on purpose or whatnot. And I didn't really feel like on that Sunday, like you get a really good taste of, there's really not much more rubbing here than you'd see on a normal Friday.
No.
It's, you know, it's not, you know, run into someone on purpose to go take the win kind of thing.
Right,
So.
and the difference too is a lot of the guys we see on Friday are sponsored up big time. So if they wreck a quarter panel, they're going to replace it, you know, for the sponsor's sake. But your cars, how long? If say you don't have anything internal, blown up car, tranny, broken frame, whatever. If you're lucky, how many years? You guys can get numerous seasons, many seasons out of a car, I would imagine.
Well, like Mikey Reber, he's raced his same car as long as I can remember. It's the only car he's ever raced.
Wow.
You know, it's but like I run my cars pretty hard, so I probably get three, 4 years. out of them.
Okay. Have you ever replaced a quarter panel, a door panel, or anything like that?
Just bend them out and keep going.
That's what hammers are for, right?
Cut 'em
dang
off,
it.
whatever.
That is what hammers for. Baja Racing can take a lot of late nights and random road trips for parts. That's Sammy.
That's
Definitely.
Junior's wife.
Okay.
They come and got the transfer case last night.
Okay. Everybody wants to get into racing until they find out what it costs.
This is about as low dollar amount.
And
racing
that's
as
what
you
I
can get into.
love about this type of racing. It's getting bigger and bigger all the time. But what a great way to get a start. And the thing is a lot of people might say, well, this is going to be my start. And then they just stay with it.
Oh, yeah.
It's way less pressure, way less money, way less nights in the shop, I would imagine. But are there certain tires you guys run, or what are you looking for that? Or is there a tire rule?
So most places got like a DOT tire rule. I don't usually get into the tire rules. Like some people run UTV tires or Hoosiers sometimes. Like I don't really pick at tires too much because I don't think it means that much.
Right.
But most places will go with DOT tires.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, how about you? Now, do you ever go to the tire store and say, I need some used tires, or do you buy new tires? Because I hear what it costs for sprint car tires and things like that, you know, on a weekly basis. But buying tires isn't freaking cheap. So do you go buy the lowest dollar Sam's Club tires you can buy? Do you go buy the best tires you can buy, or just whatever happens to be there for a good deal?
I would say that I've probably only bought like very minimal handful of tires online that were just used. And that was just to make sure that I had some snow tires for the front on my car. Other than that, Facebook Marketplace, you know, you find some used tires there.
Because I would imagine if you wreck a tire on a Baja race, it's wrecked. I'm guessing it's destroyed. There's
Most of the
probably no
time.
bringing it in to get it fixed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and most of the time you're going to be running tubes. That usually helps.
Sure,
So,
sure. I finally did that on my four-wheeler. I just got so sick and tired in the winter, especially,
them
you know. Yep. And I just said, put tubes in them. Well, you could use new tires. Not if you put tubes in them. They're fine. They're fine.
Would it be fair to say when you're looking at a tire that, unlike us, we're looking for grip and whatever performance? Are you guys looking just for something that's not going to roll off, something that's going to last, so you're not like losing tires constantly, kind of thing?
Some people like the mud terrain tires, and I like to try to have a set for each, but mostly all terrain. I get away with racing anywhere. like the Cooper Discoverers.
Sure.
You know, that's what I run on my pickup now. You know, I just try to run anything that'll be good anywhere.
Do you have a deal signed with Cooper? You should.
No, I
Smart guy.
get a lot of my tires from the junkyard. He's like, I can load up a whole semi-load and bring them to you. I'm like, no, we don't need that many tires.
Well, it costs them to get rid of them, so that's a great idea. We should have 2 trucks for Thief River. Repaired my truck from Warren. That's Brian Thompson. Eugene, junkyard rim and tires for $25. Yeah, you can't beat that.
You can get them for free where I go.
Yeah, well, and
As
you
long
know,
as you bring the rim back.
well, even back when I was running the Baja, I had a deal with one of the stores, one of the gas stations that had the shop in it, way down on Demers, and that was part of their deal was oil and tires, and I got all kinds of tires for running enduro with those guys, but all of that stuff, man, anything helps. Now, do you guys go chase sponsorship?
So
On your car.
I don't do sponsorship for my vehicle.
But you do for the races.
Yeah, me, myself, and I.
Okay, and we will talk about that. How about you? Do you have anybody stamped on your car?
Yeah, so I have Nelson Customs. It's a buddy of mine. He actually did the shirts for
I was
me.
going to ask you about that. You got a Wiskow Racing shirt on.
Yep. So he does all my shirts, and then aside from that, I guess mom and dad for paying for the entry fees. So
How are you related to Dan?
he'd be my cousin.
Okay, first cousin. Do you see him a lot?
No, I've seen him probably maybe a handful of times here.
Yeah,
and there,
I haven't ran into him in a long time either, but you get to see him once in a while.
Every week.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yep. I'm sure he's probably more excited about this weekend than any of the others with
Well, with NOSA
with
coming up
NOSA
there.
coming up,
Heck
so.
yeah, I would be too. Okay, sponsors for this event. Do you go knocking on doors, or is it more or less people you know? Or we know this is going to be, I mean, the economic impact of something like this in a town like Thief River Falls has got to be pretty cool. I mean, you're bringing in money into the city. So these sponsors got to think about that. But when you go for something like this, is it hard to get sponsors?
So the first year was harder than it is now because a lot of people that have sponsor again.
Yep. And then a lot of people aren't sure the first year. It's like,
Yep.
Baja, but
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it can be a little difficult, but a lot of people that have sponsored continue.
Right,
And I
right.
have a few new ones.
Yep.
You know.
And then if they happen to go to the thing and it's a great show, they're going to go, God, I should have sponsored this.
Yep.
It just looks
And
better
that's the
for
hope,
everybody.
Hope sponsors come to me.
Right, right. So when it works, when you first think about this, Hogan, it's like, okay, we want to do a race in Thief River. We got to do it at the fairgrounds. What is all involved with it? What's the first thing you do? Do you do it the year before? Do you call the fair board? Do you have to have meetings? How do they decide that they're going to let you come in there and tear the crap out of everything and then fix it all up again? Because you guys do a great job of doing that, but how hard is it to do that and be with the fair board? And has anybody ever complained and said, I don't know if I want you guys back again?
The 2 previous years, the fair boards had nothing but good things to say. I know last year we ran a little longer than I
Yep.
would have liked. There was a few more rollovers and stoppages.
Sure.
But all in all, the fair board's been really happy. And other than the long show last year, everything's gone well. And basically, we're racing on a gravel lot.
Yeah.
We don't tear it up. It's pounded in.
Oh,
so
okay.
hard
I didn't know that.
We don't tear it up at all.
And at least it's being used.
Yep.
I mean, that's the thing. Now, do they, and you don't have to get into this if you don't want to, but do they just say, come on in, do what you want? Or do you have to rent the space or any of that? And
Essentially, it's renting. They take a percentage of the proceeds.
Okay. Okay.
So it's whoever shows up. So as better I can do, the better they do.
okay. And then your vendors, they're just free for all. They just get to keep whatever.
I don't make them pay to come in, and they don't make me pay for them to be there.
That's a great trade
Yep.
because everybody's happy. Scratch my back,
Takes
I'll
off my
scratch yours.
shoulders.
Absolutely.
Takes it off my shoulders.
Okay, sponsors. Who do you got? I know you got a list there, man.
So we got 5 sponsors that will be the presenting sponsor. Each one will have a presenting class, and one is Evans Scrap and Steel, Performance Foods where I work, Oakley Lumber in Oakley,
Wow.
Heyday Farms Oakley, and Hilgeman Farms in Oakley. And then sponsors behind that, Northwest Beverage and Thief.
Yep. Sean. Yep.
Broadway Station in St. Hilaire.
Okay.
Northwinds Cairo and Thief. I got a sponsor from on my route, Last Chance Bar in Grafton.
Oh, yeah.
The Station 59 in Thief. Ashton's Mowing Service. They're going to bring a loader out there on Saturday to help clean cars off tracks
Oh, nice.
and stuff like
Nice.
Garden Valley Technologies, Northern State Bank, Falls Cinema, the Rusty Nail, and L&M Fleet.
Wow. Was it always like that when you first started, or is a lot of this word of mouth, or is it all you going to them? Do they reach out to you and say, man, I want in on this?
I have a paper I print out for sponsorship packages. And I bring
Okay.
it around, and I'm like, no reason to rush into it. I'm just handing these out. I'll be back next week.
Wow. And they're pretty responsive.
Usually pretty good. A lot of them like, oh yeah, we did it last year. Here you go.
Okay.
And I put banners up for each person that does 250 or more.
Yep.
To rep their business.
Wow. And I know a lot of the people you just mentioned. I mean, you got Chance, you got Sean, you got all these people that, that's great that this is happening in Thief River, where everybody is somebody. That's the town motto, Thief River Falls. You guys probably don't remember the old song, Thief River Falls song, do you? We're from Thief River. I'm not going to do it for you right now. How many cars have you got signed up so far, or do you not know
So
yet?
I don't do pre-registry
Okay.
because I don't know how to do that.
Sure.
But,
No, I get it.
I would guess in the 70 range
Wow.
total.
Damn.
Last year we had 92, I believe.
Jeepers. Those are some good numbers.
That's a lot.
That's fair time numbers is what that is.
Exactly, because back when we were doing the demo, I remember the one time I think we had 88 or 90 cars. So those are
It was
wow.
it was a good show, a lot of cars, and we got to get like I think we had 32 6-cylinders. We got down to 11 cars in the feature.
Oh boy.
So we run
sounds
B
like our
mains.
sprint car feature the other night.
We run it so that the track is safe. We get down to our best 11 racers at the end.
Okay.
So we run consolations, guarantee everybody 2 races.
Okay, sure. Okay, so you do have like a B main.
Yep.
Is that the most popular class?
Seems like 6-cylinders have been the heftiest.
Because there are
Number
more
of classes.
6-cylinders being made now.
It's crazy because 3 years ago 4-cylinders were that class.
Yeah, isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
That's just not enough horsepower for me, that 4-cylinder. My wife had a Toyota Camry 4-cylinder forever, and geez, that thing was just dog. This is going to be really, really cool. I'm going to try what I can do and do whatever I can to get down there. But what have we missed? What do you need to get out there to get more people to show up?
Well, I hang those banners there everywhere in town.
Okay.
I like Falls Cinema as a sponsor. They're there. They have it up for their commercials at the beginning of each movie.
Oh, nice.
Garden Valley's got it on their free channels. Like I'm doing everything I can do to get that out there. For
See,
people
now
to
next year, get up here early and bring me some, and I can make sure they get out because I get out and about once in a while. You know, I'm in the drum every Friday, so I can put it. I can put it in theirs and here, but
I had a quick thought. So we were talking about the sponsorship and the food and stuff. Now the advertising. So as far as overhead goes on a race day, how many people do you have to round up to, and how difficult can it be finding corner workers, flaggers, if you need wreckers, like registration, that kind of thing? Like, how many people do you have with you, and how difficult is that to keep those positions staffed?
So a lot of times my family volunteers before I can even ask. So like my mom and her husband, they're going to run the general admission gate. My sister and her friend are going to run the pits gate. And then I have 3-4 buddies that help me flag, and everybody that, like I said, Baja family, like they come to race, they're always helping out. They're always, oh, what do you need me to do? I can go do that, And then I got a loader from Heyday Farms and Ashton's Mowing Service coming. Evans is going to bring one. So it actually hasn't been too bad to get people to come around and help.
Yeah,
And they're always super willing.
Yeah, it is pretty remarkable to hear how much work you put into it, and you have to literally be involved in every step of the process, from front gate, back gate,
and
in between the flags, everything.
And that's why on that race I do not race, because there's so much to keep track of that you don't have time to.
Does that bug you though? That do you really
I would
want to
love
race?
it.
It's like, oh.
I would love to race at Thief River because it's essentially hometown.
Well, yeah. And speaking of pit gates, they are moved this year. Last call for racing is at 2 p.m. That's according to Haven.
That's my
Dylan,
sister.
okay, larger and more open track this year compared to last. Okay, and there's a 50-50 raffle.
There will be a 50-50.
Okay, any more guts on that, or just how much are the tickets, or whatever it's going to be?
Be $1 ticket.
Okay.
All proceeds will go to the fire department.
Oh, nice. Wow. Anything you want to add?
No, just for it just kind of the behind the scenes stuff. We can kind of work in. We do behind the scenes shows and we do racer shows.
Yep,
well, in
absolutely.
this case, we get to do both.
A little
all
bit
in
of
one
both.
Shot,
Yeah,
so.
that's true. Dale, how about you?
Oh, I did have like kind of a little bit of a two-parter for
Okay.
one for Steven, one for the drivers. Steven, just kind of curious. I think you kind of touched on it a little bit earlier, but just like your key takeaways from being trackside at the Baja races at the fair.
Yeah. So, like I said, I thought there would be more. I think the thing I brought away from it the most was kind of some misconceptions I had. Just looking at your cars and to say maybe you beat and bang on each other a little more than I thought, and it really wasn't the case. And as far as we had a reasonable crowd here, and some of the reactions to some of the stuff they don't normally see. So we had a guy, I think it was an outlaw, and he had a suburban looking Yukon kind of thing. You rolled it in 3 and
Noah Swanson.
kept going. Tires flat. It's all beat up.
I was
just
pissed
like, well,
because they red flagged it.
it was like, there's no way. And takes back off again and goes from last to the lead. And I was like, well, all right then. And then I think it just ended up being it was too much damage to get. But the restart went well and led the first lap, and then some more stuff happened. But the way the crowd reacted to it, being out there as long as I have been, you don't really hear the crowd react. When you hear the crowd react, you know something's happened. Like usually the buses or a first time winner, that kind of thing. So, but yeah, the crowd reactions are really good, and that's where I would say if some of the sponsors looking to get into this, I think the crowds really like this. And
For sure.
I think this is something that's really starting to take off around here.
Absolutely.
It's going to be really big going forward.
Well, it's affordable racing.
Yeah.
And that you always hear these, this class is because it's going to be more affordable for dirt track racing. No class is affordable in dirt track racing. I mean, they might be less than others, but even the ones that were affordable when they first started, 5 years into that class, they're going to be way up there again. Does this get a lot of young guys that are just feeling their oats, maybe getting their first car? But I would imagine the younger people, are they getting more and more into this because it's just getting so popular?
Yeah, that youth race has helped a lot.
Yeah, I bet.
By getting people into it. And then, if they get to be 14, 15 years old and they're winning every youth race, we start to
You
talk
gotta
about
boot 'em.
maybe moving them up.
Yeah, you have to.
Obviously, if the parents are okay with it.
Sure.
But Camden Bussey, he's been racing. He's still 15 years old. And he's been racing with the big cars all year and half of last year. It was it's fun to see because he's holding his own too.
Sure. Sure. I mean, we got kids at the one Blaine Barnes just turned 14. Just turned 14. That's crazy. And he's running a street stock and doing well too. So a cheap car, $60 to $100 for roll cage, steel, and whatever a person wants to do for tires. Man.
I think this is the second time, or it gets mentioned every time we have the Baja folks on limo.
Yeah, so last year, Ryan Thompson, he built a limo, painted it red, white, and blue. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen, but it actually did well. It was awesome to watch. It was something that nobody ever seen. It was a family show and families loved it.
Is he still running the limo?
He was gonna bring it, but I heard he might need to work this week, so he doesn't sound like it'll be.
But
there.
the limo is still racing out there somewhere.
It raced that one time and it hasn't raced since.
Oh, okay.
I almost feel like that could turn into the Baja version of Dobmeyer's 2-seater. Like you could do separate roll cages in the back and take people for rides in it and whatever. But oh, really?
He built it big.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that would be really cool.
I wish we had a picture of it because it was awesome.
Yeah, you want to ride in a bus or you want to ride in a limo? Oh, boy.
I seen it was posted on there, but the pits open at 9 a.m. for Thief River.
Okay.
I am closing the pits at 2 because we
2
need
o'clock,
enough
kind of a
time.
last call deal.
The pits open for many hours.
Mm-hmm.
We have plenty of time to get there. We're not letting people in at 2:55.
Right. And could it be a possibility if I said, hey man, I had to switch out an alternator, I might be there at 5 after?
Yeah,
or something like that. But
we can handle that, but we're not 2:30.
Right, and the odds are you're probably going to know who that is that would make a phone call like that anyway, and you know who's usually there at what time and who's usually not.
Yeah, my number is on the flyer.
Oh, okay. All right. Man, I don't know.
I got the flyer flyer on the screen there.
Oh, okay. There you go. Flyer on the screen. Jeremy, you got anything more you want to add?
Not off the top of my head.
Are you going to be available for autographs after the racing
Possibly.
and pictures and all that?
Very possible.
Okay. Well, especially if you win.
Yeah.
Okay.
If
Now,
is the word there.
if it's the word. Okay. Do you guys have rules like racetracks do? I'm sure when the racing's all done, you can enjoy an adult beverage in the pits. But what about during racing?
So that's the thing that's really been a topic of conversation is I don't care if the 4-cylinder feature's done and you think you can drink. You wait till the last race.
The
is
last
done.
car is in
As soon
for
as
the
all
last
racing
race.
is done, pop as many as you want.
And that's the way it should be.
But we're not drinking in the pits during any racing.
No, that's the way it should be. Good job, good call. And you know what? If you don't do that, pretty soon these towns don't want you back again because something happens.
If you want to drink, there is beer on the grandstand side. The fair board would be more than happy to help you out.
Absolutely. There you go. There you go. I mean, if you're done and you're in a 4-cylinder and you're done, you got to wait for the rest of the afternoon for the other classes to finish. Go sit in the stands for a minute and have a couple of beers if you're that thirsty.
Pay to get in, you can get over there just fine.
All right. Folks, Thief River Falls, Baja, it's going on Saturday. Gates open, pits open at 9 o'clock. Racing starts at 3. They're going to pretty much cut everything off if you want a car in there by 2 o'clock. They're going to have a 50-50 raffle. They're going to have a beer garden. They're going to have a food truck. Thief River ice cream. Oh, ice cream. Boy, wouldn't that be good right now? All at the Pennington County Fairgrounds at Thief River Falls. It's right on the west edge of town by the Huck Olson in the Ralph Engelstad Arena. You can't miss it. You guys are awesome. I always look forward to this time of the year when you guys reach out to us and say, hey, can we get on the show and do this? Because it's just a nice change, from what we do all the time. So, again, I want to thank you guys for coming and have a great time this weekend. And I'm hoping I'm going to see you on Saturday. I know I say that all the time, and I know that's just the way I roll. But anyway, that's going to wrap it up for this week's edition of Dirty Thursday, brought to you by River City Speedway and Rumors Sports Bar and Casino right here in the Midtown District Mall, right across the hall from us. We were just talking about it because there's no more beer in the beer fridge, so we might have to make a run to Rumors. Wall-to-wall TVs, UND Sports, your favorite teams on TV, buses to UND sporting events and all the big-name concerts. So you've got the Goo Goo Dolls coming up. You've got Red Clay Strays coming up. I'm hoping I can jump on the bus to both of those shows from Rumors. Great lunch and dinner specials, room for parties. Got the world-famous beer tower in there. Initials game every second Tuesday night. And, of course, every Monday night is DJ Trivia Night. Open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. That's what I'm talking about, man. Rumors Sports Bar and Casino. They're right here in the Midtown District Mall. Well, let's see. Hall of Fame Day next Thursday. Ryan Flayton, Bobby Martin, and I'm hoping to get Todd LaHaye in here, too. I think that's going to be fun. Join us in the studio. Can't wait. Catch you tomorrow. Remember to like, share, tag, and follow us. Hit that notification bell on your smartphone. It dings every time we go on the air. You'll never miss a Dirty Thursday, all right? Hey, we love the Forks. We're Grand Forks' best source. We're giving the Forks their identity back.